Guys, you often hear people say that if you ever start feeling the presence of ghosts and spirits around you, then you should go to a temple, you should go to a mosque, you should go to a church. But what if you go to a place thinking that God must reside there and He will save me, and that very place turns out to be haunted? In today's video, I'm going to tell you a story from England about a church that is extremely haunted. And it is said that there is a ghost there, a paranormal entity that has been haunting since the 14th century. This place has become England's most haunted place. And guys, not only that, it was even written about in many local newspapers. And guys, as they say, if there's any haunted place, the first people who should go there are paranormal investigators. Because only they will confirm whether something is there or not. And guys, investigators did go to this place. And who went? The famous paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. And guys, you must have seen them in many movies. Like the entire Conjuring series is based on them. Annabelle, the real Annabelle, was first at their house. I mean, they are literally the biggest paranormal investigators to have ever existed in this world. But for the first time in their lives, something happened to them there. Even they couldn't endure that paranormal entity. Paranormal entities were playing their games with them too. Even they got scared. And today we will talk more about this story. Before starting this video, subscribe to this channel to watch more such horror, mysterious, and historical videos. Now, this story begins around 1979, when Ed and Lorraine found out that there was a church in England. A church where no one comes or goes. It had become almost like a ruin. No one likes to go there, but this church is functional. Yet, no one likes to go. No one even hangs around nearby. People say that the shadow of ghosts and spirits looms around here. Like spirits and souls wander inside. So of course, Ed and Lorraine thought that if any place is surrounded by such paranormal entities, we should go there and investigate, and perform an exorcism there. So they took a chance, thinking let's go and see. So finally, they decided to go. When they reached there, it was around 12 o'clock at night. And as soon as the team members of Ed and Lorraine stepped inside, Lorraine suddenly started feeling a connection, that there is something here that wants to connect with me. At that very moment, Lorraine saw before her eyes that there was a shadow. This shadow was wearing a nun's habit. And after wearing the nun's habit, it was just looking at her. And after seeing it, she didn't do anything. It just turned and went towards the church's altar. After this incident, Lorraine was absolutely confirmed about one thing, that this church truly has a spirit that emerges at midnight to wander, which is actually a nun. And she is not alone. A monk's spirit also wanders here with her. Then Ed and Lorraine went to a priest of that same church and told him that we have just seen the spirit of a nun wandering here. After that, as soon as the priest heard all this, he ran to the prayer room and started praying quickly. Then Ed and Lorraine also found it very, very strange, wondering what happened that he started praying so quickly. Then Ed and Lorraine went to him and asked, "Why are you doing this? Like, what did we say that made you pray?" Then the priest said, "If there is even a little truth to what you just said, then something very, very bad is going to happen very soon." Then the priest said, "The spirit you are talking about, we killed that spirit many years ago. And if you have truly seen her, it means the spirit from many years ago, whom we all killed with great difficulty, has awakened again. And now perhaps she cannot go back." Ed asked, "Which spirit are you talking about?" It was a nun. To know all about this, it's very, very important to know its history. Guys, actually, this story begins in the 14th century, when, it is said, many nuns used to live in this church. Among them was one nun who was a bit different, a bit special. And on the other hand, many monks also used to live there, who were from a different community. But they had only come there for a short while. And gradually, this nun started developing a different kind of relationship with a specific monk, which slowly became known to the entire church community. When they found out about it, that a nun from our own place is developing a relationship with a monk. And that too, an illicit relationship. So they did not approve of it at all. The church authorities sentenced the monk to death by hanging. They didn't spare the nun either. She was also walled up alive. Guys, actually, if you see, the story starts from here. All the people who had that nun walled up, they all died one by one, slowly, within just a year or two. And the priest who had headed all these things, who had led this matter, his house also burned down to ashes. After all these incidents, this area was quiet for a few days. But remember when I told you that a priest's rectory, where he used to live, had burned down? Right there, the Bull family built a new rectory. They started its construction there. And now, in this rectory, Henry, who was the reverend, he and his 14 different children used to live there. But from the very day that rectory was completed, terrifying events also started here. Frightening incidents were happening here. Let me tell you one incident. This is about one time when some children who were playing, while playing, entered a very dark room in the rectory. It was a completely dark room there. They had gone in while playing, not on purpose. They went in while playing, and they saw that near a wardrobe, there was a shadowy figure. A black figure, which was moving slightly, moving back and forth, like they were thinking, what is this? We don't know, but they could see that there is something here. Then it came a little closer to the children. All the children were frozen. They couldn't even move properly, because they knew that whatever this is, it is not human. It can't be. And after that, with every moment, it was getting closer and closer. And this time, it was standing right in front of them. Then, when the children were finally asked, "What did you see?" they said, "We saw a black shadow wearing a nun's habit. And that shadow had no feet. It was without feet." When Reverend Henry learned of this, Henry's response was, "Children, all this is just your imagination." But those children were not stopping, they kept saying it. They kept saying it again and again. And Henry kept thinking that perhaps it's just your imagination because he couldn't see anything. But guys, 37 years had passed since this incident. 37 years. And now it was time for Henry's retirement. And the old children had now left. And new children had come. Now, the new children who came, they told Henry on the very first day the same thing. "We have seen that an old woman wanders here who has no feet, and she roams around in the guise of a nun. Who is she?" Then Henry started feeling a bit strange this time because he had never seen it. And the children kept seeing her all the time. "Who is this nun who lives in my house, yet I don't know about her?" Then Henry didn't think it wise to take a chance at that time. And he said, he sent the children away, and he himself left that house. For some time, there was no one in this rectory. But after some time, Reverend Smith's family came here. And his wife had also come here. Both of them were living here. And guys, now a moment came when Smith's wife was cleaning the entire house because they had just moved in, so she needed to clean it according to their needs, and while cleaning, she found a human skull in the house. They found it a bit strange, but they didn't focus too much on it, they ignored it. But every night, since they found that skull, sounds of someone walking in that rectory could be heard. Even when no one was home. Sounds of running, sounds of crying, sounds of laughing could be heard. They knew one thing for sure, that whoever this is, it's a woman. And she does not want to let us live in peace. She wants to trouble us. She might even want to kill us. Reverend Smith's wife was now trembling to such an extent that she couldn't bear it anymore. She felt she had to tell someone. Because who knows, after us, another family might come and these same incidents might happen to them. So she went and told all these things to the UK's Daily Mirror. And at that time, even the Daily Mirror felt that, yes, we also think that there is something in the Borley Church that doesn't want people to live there. Everyone comes and then leaves again. No one can stay there. The incidents never end there. Then after that, they said, "We will help you." And there was a very famous paranormal investigator there. Then they contacted a paranormal investigator named Harry Price. And guys, you must also know this thing, how paranormal investigators, with the help of their tools, contact spirits and want to know, what is their problem? Will they leave or not? So then Harry went to that same rectory, and after going, when he started contacting the nun's spirit, at that time, it's not that the nun didn't make contact or something. Directly, there was a mirror in front of Harry, and she left her messages on it. Literally, a spirit wrote her messages perfectly on the mirror. This news now became famous throughout the UK. It had spread throughout the UK that in this rectory, in the Borley Church Rectory, besides humans, spirits also live. They also reside here. But even then, Smith's family lived here for many years, until the incidents didn't cross their limits. The incidents had now started crossing all limits. And now the Smith family also said, we cannot endure this anymore. We have to leave this place. Then after that, the Smith family left this house and started living in some other house. But another family came to this same rectory, and they had the exact same experience. At midnight, they also couldn't sleep because some woman would cry here. Then again, Harry Price started helping here again, saying, "Let me help you with this." And from the wall writings that used to appear in that house, Harry Price had found out one point, where the skeleton of this nun is. And he had gone and found that out too. Guys, all these things were happening there, but still, guys, no help was coming. Okay, the nun skeleton was found, everything happened, the connection with the nun was found through wall writings, but still, that nun was not leaving that house. Then another incident happened, which had happened many years ago in this Borley rectory. It had burned down to ashes. Then again, in 1939, this house, this rectory, burned down again and is now a ruin. But even after this, that nun's haunting did not stop. Guys, as I told you, the limits were being crossed now when she started haunting even the church. She was literally wandering in a place where God is. But still, she was wandering there. Just imagine how terrifying this can be. How dangerous it can be, that she is not even ashamed to wander before God. She is not afraid. People didn't even come here after evening. They didn't even look back at this church. There was so much fear inside people. Just go in the morning, pray, and quickly come back. That was all there was to it. Like I told you at the beginning of the story, when Ed and Lorraine went there in 1979, by that time everything had actually changed. Because Lorraine was finally feeling a connection. Without any tools, she was feeling a connection that there is someone here who wants to make a connection with me, or wants to come close to me. And then when that priest told all this history of the events. And guys, when Ed learned about this, then Ed also thought that perhaps we should leave this church as soon as possible because you never know what might happen. Because Lorraine was truly feeling it. She was sensing it. So Ed was also feeling very, very anxious. I mean, these people have done so many cases, but this became the most terrifying case of their lives. But guys, if you now think that after they left that church the incidents stopped, that's not the case. These incidents never stopped happening to them. They never ended. However, sometime after that, when Lorraine went home, when she returned to her home, then she saw it right in front of her eyes in her living room. She said that a shadow was visible, which was wearing a nun's habit. It looked very, very scary. It was an old woman. So it's not like all these incidents were stopping, they kept happening. They kept happening to Lorraine. But when Lorraine finally tried with all her strength to exorcise it, saying, "Wherever you have come from, go back there." Then after that, this nun was never able to overpower Lorraine. Guys, at the end of today's video, I just want to say to you that even though we have seen this Borley story in the Conjuring universe, seen it in The Conjuring, in Annabelle, in The Nun, in this series. But guys, movies are different. Reality is different. In reality, it is even more terrifying. It's possible that even today, this nun is still sitting in that ruined rectory. Still waiting for someone to come, a human, and make this ruin a livable place again, which I will not let remain habitable. I will again fill their hearts with fear. Thank you.